we're going to get to this Ryan's Roses follow-up. So here is the story, and you're going to want to hear what happened because Nina is on the phone. She's on hold right now. Back in November, Nina's 5-year-old son, David, told her that he and his dad, Kenneth, spent the day with a woman named Lisa and her daughter when they were at Disneyland. Kenneth never mentioned this to Nina, so it was supposed to just be father-son bonding at Disneyland that day. Anyway, we get him on the phone. We offer him the roses, and he wanted to send the roses with this card, "For Mommy, love, David." So we wanted to know who Lisa was. It turns out he knows her from college. Listen to some of the sound here.
I mean, she's just some college friend. Like, that's it. Like,
so you ran into a college friend at Disneyland who has a child at the same time you were there and you spent the day and you didn't tell your wife?
Exactly. How would she even know that you were there, Kenneth?
And why didn't you tell your wife?
Yeah.
I think, like, Sissy and I, if we were married, I couldn't wait to come home and say, hey, I ran into Tanya, who I went to college with. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
It didn't seem like that big of a deal.
I'd have to say Tanya and the doctor, obviously, but that was from November, okay? Mm-hmm. So we left it not knowing what was going to happen. Nina is on the phone, and I'm curious to know, Nina, what's happened? It's been 7 months. What's happened since we spoke?
Well, after I got off the phone with you guys, I went to my computer and started going through his emails and messages, and I found everything. Flirty notes, pictures that he was writing to her and everything. So it wasn't just a one-time thing, you know. It was like they meant to meet up. And so that day, I picked up my kids from school. I went to my mom's house, and I sent a friend to get the rest of all of our stuff. I have not been back to that house since at all.
So he organized this whole thing behind your back to be at the park with Lisa and the kids were together
so
too?
Bad.
That's crazy.
Yes. And I just feel like that woman destroyed our marriage. Like, she has never apologized to me. I have never heard from her. How dare she, you know? I'm really just so angry because I don't know what she's doing. Like, she just come in and mess up our whole family, our home, and I don't know how she could do that to us or to my children. Like, I have to raise these children by myself now because they're still together, and I don't talk to him. I don't hear from him much either. He rarely sees his kids. He didn't even see them on Christmas. Ooh. Not at all.
Well, he sounds deadbeat to me.
Yeah.
So did he move out? What's the story?
Well, I don't know what he's doing there at that house because I'm at my mom and I never went back. So I don't talk to him. I don't mess with him. He rarely sees his kids, though, there at my mom's house. So I'm not there.
Do you know how long it was going on with him and this other woman?
You know, it must have been going on for a long time because the email thread went back and back and back. She's like, hey, what are you doing? They decided on the date to meet up at Disneyland. It was crazy. I was like, this is crazy. Like, so you meant to be with her all this time. And she is just such a bimbo to me. Like, how could you do that knowing that this man was married? I don't like her at all. I think she's a terrible person. She knew he had kids. She knew what we were together. She knew what we were about. Like, I want to call her, like, really, I don't want to say it, but she's awful. She's the B word.
I think there's blame for both of them here, right? I mean, yes, she got in there and wrecked this, but he accepted the invitation or he invited her in. Nina, are you okay?
I'm much stronger than when I spoke to you last because I realized, yes, it's both their fault. And if he's going to be with her, then he doesn't deserve to be with me. I'm going to move on with my kids, and we're going to be better without him.
Good. Well, I'm glad that you got closure. You got clarity. Thank you for coming on. God bless you and your kids. Thanks for listening to us.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye. Patty, why are you shaking your head?
I just think she needs to let go of that anger.
Well, I will tell you this. I'm reading a book, and the book talks about when you hold on to anger like that, it can cause cancer.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Like, it can actually cause cancers in your body. You hold on to stuff like that after a while.
But I think it takes time for people.
It does. This is fresh, man. These are fresh wounds. She's angry, but I would be that angry with him, too. Not just her, with him, too.
Sounds like she's equally mad at both.
It's time for Ryan's Roses. As a public service, if something's going down in your relationship, You want us to try and help out? Let us know about it via email. This is a story that has come to us via email, as they all do. Dear Ryan and Sissany out of Cerritos. We were at a Halloween party on Friday night. My husband showed up as Mr. Incredible, and another girl who we know showed up as Mrs. Incredible. Well, there was a lot of attention, jokes about them. They flirted a little bit, too, playfully. Then it dawned on me that I don't think it was an accident. I think they may be having an affair and dressed together as a flirty secret and played it off. I mean, that is not such a subtle secret if you're trying to hide something.
That's so mean, too.
Now, let me get Miranda on the phone. Hey, Miranda, how are you?
Hi, good. How are you?
I'm okay. I don't know. I think that I just read your email. I feel like if they were having an affair, they would definitely not show up as Mr. and Mrs. Incredible to the party. I think it's just a strange coincidence.
Well, it might be, or it might be that, everyone would say that, so then they thought they could get away with it because who would do that? So I'm really not sure,
So you were not Mrs. Incredible at all? Like, so it wasn't two Mrs. Incredibles?
No, I was somebody from The Handmaid's Tale, so totally unrelated.
Good costume, though.
Ooh.
Yeah, thanks.
And you say you know this other woman? How well?
Yeah, I'm not very well. She's an acquaintance, but now I'm wondering how well my husband knows her.
What's her name?
It just gives me a weird feeling.
What's her name?
Her name is Noemi.
Noemi. All right.
Yeah.
Interesting. I don't know. What's the psychology here, sis? Do you think that they're playing double trickery?
Here's the thing. Incredibles is a very, very popular costume this year, so it could be a big coincidence. We want to hope that. I would just try to.
I don't think they're naive enough to show up in Mr. and Mrs. Incredible outfits if they're having an affair. That's my opinion, Miranda. We're going to call him actually next. Let's just do it. Hang on one sec. We'll make the call. So Miranda, married. How long have you been married, Miranda?
We've been married about 5 years now.
Okay. So she and her husband are at this party, and then another woman they know comes in a couple's costume. He's Mr. Incredible, and she's Mrs. Incredible. The other woman, not Miranda. She's a Handmaid's Tale.
And it's tough because these costumes are really bright. Like, they're very, it's like a red, full-on uniform. But
Miranda's thinking that because they showed up like this, it was a subtle way of saying subtly hi or flirting, and that they are having an affair together. I think that's very naive and high risk, but let's see. We are going to call your husband. We're going to offer him some roses. Need you to just say, Ryan, you have my permission to call and your husband's name on Kiss FM.
Okay, Ryan, you have permission to call my husband on Kiss FM.
Right, we're going to do that now, and we're going to have you be very quiet until we tell him he's on the air. Let's see if he sends him to Noemi or anybody else or you, and what he puts on the card, okay?
Okay, thanks.
All right, good luck. Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, I'm looking for Sergio.
Speaking?
Hi, I'm calling from Center Stage Flowers. We're actually brand new right here on South Street across from the mall near the Cocos. How are you doing this morning?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. My name is Emily, and the reason I'm calling is because we're offering a chance for local residents here in the area to receive free flowers that they can send to anybody that they'd like.
No. No, thank you.
Are you sure? It's a dozen red roses. They're beautiful. We actually just got them in this morning, and you could send them to anybody that you'd like. They're absolutely free. We don't need credit card info, anything like that from you.
No. I have a pretty strict no sales calls policy. I've been burned by scams before, so thank you, but no, thank you.
But there's nobody you'd want to send flowers to?
Nope, no, thank you. I appreciate your time. Have a great day.
Sergio, before you hang up, I just want you to know your voice is being broadcast on the radio. It's Ryan Seacrest here, Sergio. I have your wife, Miranda, on the line. How are you?
I'm fine.
Good. If you just have a second, we are here because your wife thinks you're cheating on her.
She thinks I'm cheating on her?
That's correct. And she, there's a woman named Noemi. Does that ring a bell?
Oh, yeah, she's a friend of ours. What?
Okay, well, Miranda has some thoughts about the affair that you're having with her. Is there any truth to that?
I'm not having an affair with anyone. That's ridiculous.
Well, I'm just going to tell you what we were told. We were told that Miranda told us that this woman, Noemi, showed up to the same Halloween party as a couple's costume of yours, and your wife believes that was a way of flirting with each other and that something's going on. Can you talk to your wife? She's on the phone now.
Okay.
Hi, honey.
Hi. This is about the Halloween party?
Yeah, I just got a weird feeling because you guys showed up in this matching costume, and I just started wondering if maybe you planned it or something. I mean, it was really making me nervous.
No, I thought it was weird when she showed up as Mrs. Incredible too, especially because she had asked me a couple of weeks ago, like, what I was going to go to the party as,
really?
and I told her, I told her Mr. Incredible, and I asked her, and she's like, I don't know yet, I'm still thinking about some things, so I thought it was strange that she showed up. Yeah.
Well, why didn't you say something to her about it at the time?
I don't know. I just, we were at a party. I didn't want to make it weird or uncomfortable for anybody. And, I just, whatever. I wanted to have a good time, and it didn't seem like it was worth addressing, you know?
Okay, well, are you flattered, though, by what she did? By the attention?
No. Absolutely not.
Do you love your wife?
I love my wife very much. She is the light of my life, and I choose her every day.
Oh, well, I want to confront her. I want to confront her and see what she was thinking. I don't like it.
Honestly, I don't think you need to. It just seems like it's going to spiral into a thing, you know, because I don't have anything to hide, so if that's what you think is best, you do you.
Well,
okay.
Miranda, we'll let you pursue that with Sergio. It sounds to us like our work is done here.
Yeah, thanks,
right.
you guys.
Sergio, thanks for talking to us. Okay, bye.
That's great. What?
No, he got me when he says I choose.
Okay.
When he said I choose, I was like, legit. He's legit. He's not trying to hide anything.
No, I don't think so either.
Let's come back in a sec. I just want to get into this for those who are about to get out of their car who heard Ryan's Roses. We had Sergio and Miranda on the line, and interestingly, they went to a Halloween party, and Sergio went as Mr. Incredible, and a female friend of theirs showed up as Mrs. Incredible, and his wife thought, they're having an affair. This is a subtle way of them flirting. Well, not so subtle.
No.
I just thought from the beginning, there's not enough to go on that's legit. If they are having an affair, they're not showing up as Mr. and Mrs. Incredible to the same Halloween party as his wife. So
right, they would want to hide it more.
Yeah, I knew that this, I didn't believe.
But it's interesting what he said.
What?
Where he said that he told Noemi, the coworker or friend, whoever she was, that he was going to be Mr. Incredible weeks before the party. She didn't even know what she was going to be yet. And then
I don't
she
think
showed
that's
up.
bad on Sergio. I think that's weird on Noemi, and that's why his wife Miranda wants to confront Noemi, and she should.
She should.
And he's like, I got nothing to hide. Mm-hmm. But what I want to hone in on is things that make you believe someone when they're talking. First of all, he was very calm. Mm-hmm. Second of all, he was endearing. and third of all, he said, no, I choose my wife every day.
She is the light of my life, and I choose her every day.
That's what I heard, and I was like, he's got me.
Yeah, you're like, I wish he chose me.
No, I don't wish he chose me. I'm saying
joking.
He got me. Like, I understand. Yeah. I'm not trying to get up in Sergio. That's not what this is.
It's not your type.
Well, no. But I do think that there are certain things and ways that people can say things, and you go, all right, that is true. Tanya?
I think he knew it was us.
I don't.
Because it was just too, I choose you every day. That's so Grey's Anatomy.
It's not Grey's Anatomy. It's what people say when they're heartfelt and genuine.
And you love your husband or wife.
It seemed too perfect.
Patty, what'd you think?
I think she was just trying to pick a fight. I just don't see how.
Like you believed Sergio.
Yeah, I mean, the Incredibles costume is one of the most popular costumes this year for Halloween. So it's just if you want to not run into someone with your same costume, don't be an Incredibles this
So,
year.
fine, agreed, but what's the end game? If she wants to pick a fight, what's the end game? Why? Why do you want to pick a fight?
She wants attention. You know, sometimes when someone doesn't give you attention, you kind of like poke the bear. Just poke at it.
Well, Dana's on the line. Dana, what did you believe Sergio?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that was the most honest man I've heard. There's no way he's cheating. And yeah, she's definitely innocent. And I never believed this guy's innocent. But this one for sure is.
He stood out to me, too. Thanks, Dana. Let's go to Zoe. Zoe, good morning.
Good morning.
So what do you think?
I mean, I want to believe the guy, but, like, why didn't he say anything to his wife that night? Like, if it was my husband, we would have joked about it the whole way home. And,
Well,
like,
that's
probably
true. That's
interesting
true. I
point.
mean, you might have been like, babe, kind of weird that she's wearing Mrs. Incredibles, right? Like, what's that? Like, you might have addressed it then so that, yeah, that's a good point. That's probably the best way to handle it. But, Zoe, do you believe him?
I really want to because it was like, it was sweet in a way. Like, I was sure hearing that story, I was like, oh my God, yeah, they're totally. But, like, so I wanted to believe him, but I don't know, just the way he handled it and he kept stuttering and stuff. And, like, at the very least, like, they need to talk more because the fact that he didn't say anything that night, to me, means there's something up with their relationship. Even if he's not having an affair, like, yet, that's going to happen.
Wow. All right. Thank you, Zoe, for calling. All right. Take care.
I thought she said they're totally bugging.
No, she used the F word.
Oh.
All right. Well, I believe Sergio. Who stands with Sergio?
I'm torn now.
Sissany,
Because
you were with me a second ago.
I was with you a second ago, but then
I
I'm
don't wanna play on this
now
seesaw.
I'm with Tanya a little bit because he was like, I don't do calls, I don't send flowers, or I don't. What did he say? He's like, I don't like to do marketing calls or something like that.
Well, a lot of people
I've
don't.
been burned in the past, like so. I don't know.
My phone rings all the time with these weird numbers. He
Well,
probably thought we were one of them.
Maybe. So
Spam calls.
Can I be on the fence?
No, you got to pick a side.
Pick a
This game's
side.
not fun when you're straddling the fence.
All right. Well, I feel like he acted like not a cheater.
It's so crazy. Like you were with me. I stand by Sergio. Patty, you'll be the tiebreaker.
Team Sergio all the way.
All right. So sorry, Tanya.
Well, that's just 2 and 2.
I think Sissy
wait.
leaned
Yeah, I'm
over
leaning
on
more
our
towards-
side.
Oh,
She's still
that's
straddling.
good.
She's like her head's on our side.
Yeah.
2.5 and
Yeah,
one
2.5. It's time for Ryan's Roses. We have Vanessa on the line in Burbank. Now, she's written to us and she has said about her husband, sis, that we have shared a desktop computer that she's been using while working from home. When my husband gets texts, an alert pops up. Lately, he's been getting a lot of texts from someone named David. I don't think anything of it, but then now I'm starting to. So I'm wondering, does she think it's David or David as a code name? Vanessa, thank you for writing into us. So do you think that this person on the other end is really a David, or is it a code name for someone else?
I'm convinced it has to be a code name for another woman. I don't understand how it could be anything else.
Well, what are you seeing? What's in the body of the message that might make you think that?
So the message that I found, well, a lot of them had been deleted, and the one that I found said, can't wait. And then there were 3 red heart emojis, and then another one that said, I don't know what I would do without you.
Yeah, that's not good.
So, Vanessa, how long have you been married?
I've been married 7 years.
All right. Hold on one second. We'll get to the call next, all right?
Okay.
Now we've got Vanessa on the line. Vanessa married for 7 years, and she's seeing her husband getting text messages that are, well, you know when you sync all your devices together? So she's seeing his messages. That syncing, you know, syncing can be a sync. So that's what's happened here. He's been getting a lot of texts from someone named David, and she thinks that it's a code name for somebody because the messages are saying, can't wait, and there's 3 heart emojis. I don't know what I would do without you, that kind of thing, that kind of sentiment. So, Vanessa, if you would just say, Ryan, you have my permission to call, and then your husband's name on Kiss FM. Go ahead.
Ryan, you have my permission to call on Kiss FM.
All right, we are going to call him now. Be very quiet until we tell him he's on the air. Let's see what we can find out about David.
Okay.
All right, Sisney, ready with the roses?
Yep.
Sisney's going to offer him some roses. We'll find out who's top of mind, who he's thinking about, who he wants to send them to, and what he wants to put on the card. All right, here we go. Good luck, Vanessa.
Thanks.
Hello?
Hi, I'm looking for Phil.
Yeah, this is Phil.
Hi, Phil. This is Darlene. I'm calling from Burbank Blooms. We actually have a fun promotion right now where we're offering to local residents a free dozen red roses that you can send to anybody that you'd like. They're absolutely free.
Oh, how'd you get my number? I don't remember signing up for this sort of thing.
We have a database based off of purchases that you may have made online in the past 18 months and to receive promotional offers from local vendors. So you may have bought something online from another company. But anyways, they're completely free, and we just hope that you refer us to friends and family. You can choose from red, white, pink, roses. It's a dozen, and they can get them by lunchtime today.
I mean, I can't think of anyone that I would send them to right now, but I don't know. Is it possible to send it to like the nurses station at Providence Hospital? You know, with like a note saying like thank you for everything that they do or something.
Yeah, I could. Are you sure you don't have a significant other, a wife, a mom, sister, anybody you want to send it to?
I'm just thinking, you know, it must be hard going for them to go to work all the time, and you know, it could be a nice gesture.
That is very nice. We could arrange that.
Before we go any further, Phil, my name is Ryan. Your voice is being broadcast on the radio. I need you to know that. And we've got your wife, Vanessa, on the phone. Very thoughtful of you to want to send the roses to the nurses. But before we get to that, she has reached out to us because she's been reading romantic messages that are coming from someone named David because your devices are synced up. Who is David that is writing things to you like, can't wait, I don't know what I would do without you? Can you explain that to Vanessa?
David's a friend. That's all. We met at the gym, through the gym, you know, doing outdoor workouts.
Okay, so David is a friend of yours?
Yeah.
And what is
David's a friend?
And what? And David,
I've never heard you mention David before.
Okay.
We met through the gym, and that's you know, I see him at our outdoor workouts.
And so when he says can't wait, 3 heart emojis, I don't know what I would do without you, what does David mean?
And why are you deleting his text?
Look, Vanessa, I can we can talk about this, but you know, let's not talk about this on the radio.
What are you saying?
I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything. You know, I'd like to talk face to face, not on the radio.
I think I will let you guys do that. Vanessa, if this feels like a conversation the two of you guys should have, certainly without us. All right? We'll let you take it from here. Okay?
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on.
Well, I hope the two of you can get to the same place to talk in person as soon as possible.
Me too.
Okay, thank you, Phil, for talking to us. And Vanessa, thank you for reaching out.
Thanks, Ryan.
Okay, bye-bye. All right, so I believe him. So I what?
You believe him that that's his, quote, friend?
No, I believe him that he wants to tell her something about David.
Oh, my gosh. Did not see that coming.
we just had Vanessa and Phil on the line who have been married, and Phil was getting messages from a David that were romantic messages, and one could think, all right, well, that's a code name for another woman that he's seeing, or it could be David, another man. And to me, I mean, clearly he got a little, nervous, but to me, it sounded like Phil was getting messages that said things like, can't wait, heart emojis, I don't know what I would do without you, from a David. That's what it sounded like to me. It didn't sound like... I mean, Tubbs, remember you remember back when you were single, you used to put code names in your phone? Like David would have been Donna?
Yeah, that would work.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Well,
I'm
not proposing it. I'm just saying that's what Tubbs used to do.
Well, I have a code name for you in my phone.
Is it Donna?
No, it's not Donna.
Is it
Wait,
Madonna?
what's your code name for Ryan?
Rodney.
Rodney?
Rodney.
I like Rodney. It's a good name. So if I text you, it's not Rodney, you know it's me.
I know it's you.
You don't know another Rodney?
No.
Okay.
You're the only Rodney I know.
Anybody else have a code name for anybody on this show?
No.
Actually, I do for Tanya. What do I have?
Oh, you're in T-Rad.
Because at the time, that was not a conversation. It was just T-Rad was all I knew her as. So anyway, that just it could have been sensitive, and they're going to talk off air. But Haley is on now. So Haley, go ahead. You heard the Ryan's Roses. What did you think is happening?
To me, it's clear what's happening, and I'm very sure that she needs to know. Like, I totally agree that they need to have a conversation. This actually happened to me. My fiance left me for a guy, and, at first I was devastated, but because he was, kind of open and honest with me, we're actually friends now, so it can work. It can work out.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, I know people that this has happened to as well. I mean, in a little different way of being, having the conversation. But I certainly know people in my life that have been in a marriage or in an engagement with a woman and then ended up in a relationship with a man. If that's what we think that sounded like.
Right. I mean, it's heartbreaking, but as long as you're truthful...
Well, I mean, it's
there's only so much you can do,
It's heartbreaking at first, yes, to both of them and certainly to Vanessa, but then it must be a relief or just a sense of honesty, freeing, right? Yeah. To be Phil. Again, we're alleging this because we didn't have the conversation, but it certainly sounded like there was a sensitive one to be had. And Haley, thank you for calling and being honest with us on the air too. I appreciate your thoughtfulness, and thanks for listening to us.
Thanks, guys.
All right, you take care.
Okay, you too. Bye-bye.
102.7 Kiss FM. All right. We are in the beginning stage here of Ryan's Roses. So who's making the call? Tanya?
Yes.
And for Sissany making the call. All right. Dear Ryan and Sissany, my friend got put accidentally into a group chat with a bunch of our husbands. They were all joking around on there, and one of them said something about my husband that really scared me. Let's find out what that was. Let's see. Marley, Hacienda Heights. Marley, good morning. How you doing? You hanging in there?
Yeah.
Marley, what was it that you saw in the group chat that scared you? What was the message?
Well, my girlfriend got put accidentally into this group chat with a bunch of our husbands, and they were all joking around on there. And one of them said that they needed a side piece like my husband has.
Oh.
So
a side piece like your husband.
Yikes.
Okay. So she screenshotted it and sent it to you?
Yeah, exactly. And it did get me thinking. He does work long hours. He golfs a lot. He travels quite a bit. So
golf.
I mean, it's not impossible.
Okay. Well, I mean, you don't need more than that to stir you up. A screenshot of somebody they didn't know you were going to see it, casually saying a side piece like your husband's side piece. You don't need much more than that to get you. I get it, to get you fired up. So post it down about golf. We'll come back to it. Let's get through Ryan's Roses first. Tony said golf. I guess the culprit to all infidelity. Golf. All right. Marley's on the line. So Marley married 5 years. She got a screenshot sent to her from somebody in a group chat that said they want a side piece like Marley's husband has, indicating that Marley's husband has a side piece. Do we know the name of the side piece?
I actually know.
Okay.
That's all I got.
All right. So, Marley, here's what we're going to do. Tanya's going to call your husband. Be very quiet. We want to find out who he sends the roses to and what he puts on the card, okay?
Okay.
All right. Here we go. Good luck.
Hello?
Hi, is this Rob?
Yeah.
Hi, Rob. My name is Tiffany. I'm calling from a new flower shop. We're called Tulips, etc. Right here. We're new in town on Halliburton Road. And I just really want to get the word out about my new shop. And so I wanted to send you a free dozen roses to send to whoever you wanted today. And I'll get them out by 1 p.m.
Wow, that's actually really good timing. Yeah, I'll do that.
I'd love to hear that. That's so great. Okay, thank you so much. We can just start with the name of who you want to send them to.
You can send them to Megan, Megan.
Megan, perfect. And do you have a note that you want to put on the card?
Yeah, just happy anniversary, love, Rob.
Rob. Who's Megan?
Rob, your voice is being broadcast on the radio. I need you to know that. I have your wife, Marley, on the line, and she just asked you, who is Megan? Who is Megan, Rob? My name is Ryan. You're on the radio. Just know that. Who is Megan?
Yeah,
Who's Megan?
She's somebody that I know.
And what anniversary is she celebrating, Rob?
Look, 2 years.
Which anniversary?
2 years.
2 years. 2 years.
2 years of what?
Oh, so that's just like right after Tyler was born. 2 years?
Wait, Rob, I'm trying to follow along. You're celebrating an anniversary with Megan of 2 years while married to Marley?
Look, Marley, we can talk about this later.
Rob, let me tell... Actually, Marley, why don't you tell Rob how you found out about Megan?
Well, one of our friends happened to be put into your group chat, and basically they're going on about how they should be having a side piece just like you do, and that's how I got that screenshot. And I should have known. I mean, you take these long vacations, you're home excessively late, consistently. So is she from work? I mean, who is she?
Look, all you need to know right now is that she's somebody that I know. I really would like to talk about this later.
Rob, does Megan know about Marley?
Good question.
She might.
Well, does she or doesn't she?
I mean, she might.
Well, does she or doesn't she?
Yeah, she does.
All right, and how does she feel about Marley? How does she feel about the fact you're married? She okay with that?
Right, like what?
I mean, look, guys, I don't know what else to tell you.
Tell us everything.
Ow.
She knows about Marley.
Does she know about Tyler? Does she know you're a dad? Does she know that she's breaking our home, basically? Like, she really doesn't care. Wow.
Neither does
special,
Rob.
You know?
Right.
She's great.
Rob doesn't care
Rob's
either, Marley.
Yeah.
And he's the married one.
So, Marley, we'll let you take this up with Rob and maybe even Megan.
I would love to. I would love to meet the woman who is so comfortable with this. Yeah. That'd be great.
All right, we'll let you both go. Marley, hopefully you'll find peace and get through this the best you can, okay? Thank you for reaching out. I'm sorry it's bad news, but at least now you know. Okay. Thank you, Marley. It's time for Ryan's Roses. She says, Sonia in Buena Park says, hey guys, my husband told me he was going on his annual golf trip to Phoenix with his buddies. He does it every year, and I hate it. She says, but anyway, his friends posted a bunch of photos from their weekend on Instagram. My husband isn't in any of them. I checked his credit card, and there is not a single charge all weekend in that location. So, Sonia, thanks for coming on. We just read the background here in the email. Where do you think your husband was?
Yeah, I mean, I have no idea. I don't know. All I know is that he's lying.
Did you think about asking one of the other guys or one of the other guys' wives if he was there?
It crossed my mind, but I had felt like before I stir up any drama with these guys and their girlfriends or wives that I just needed a second to maybe confront him or figure it out myself first and then talk to other people. I just didn't want to involve anybody else, so of the friend group.
And have you asked your husband about it directly?
It was kind of passive aggressive, but I asked him how the golf trip was, and he told me, it was great. He even mentioned that his golf game was really good on Saturday, and then said that he didn't play as well on Sunday. So he fully lied.
Okay, let's just put you on hold now, and we'll come back and we'll call him here at KISS. Sonia and Ryan's Roses right now. We're calling her husband. She believes he did not go on the golf trip he said he was going on, and she's got good reason to believe that. So what we're going to do is we're going to call him, Sonia. We're going to offer him some roses. Be very quiet until we tell him he is on the air. I need you to say, Ryan, you have my permission to call, and then his name on KISS FM. Go ahead.
Ryan, you have my permission to call on KISS FM.
Okay, hold on 1 second. We're going to get into it now. Be very quiet. Here we go. Good luck.
Hello?
Hi, is this Matt?
Yes, who's calling?
Hi, Matt. My name is Paulina. I'm calling from Buena Park Blooms. How you doing this morning?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. We're a flower shop here in the area promoting our delivery business, and we're offering a chance right now for local residents to send a dozen red roses. They're absolutely free to anybody that they'd like today.
Oh, wow. Okay. You guys are calling me?
Yeah, we like to pick a few people at random about once a month, and if you like to send these to anybody, we can get them out by lunchtime. You can choose from red, pink, or white roses. They're absolutely free. We just hope that if you like our services, you refer us to friends and family or leave us a Yelp review.
Really? Cool. Okay. Could we do red roses?
Absolutely. And who would you like to send them to?
Let's send them to Jade.
Jade? Okay. And what would you like to put on the card?
Let's put 10 days heart, like an emoji, not the word.
Oh, yeah, I can do that. Okay, 10 days in the heart emoji. Okay. Love Matt?
Yeah, love Matt.
Okay.
Matt, your voice is being broadcast on the radio. Can you tell us who Jade is right now? Who is Jade?
She's my girlfriend. Who is this?
My name is Ryan. I have your wife, Sonia, on the phone. Sonia, do you know who Jade is?
No.
Matt, is Sonia your wife?
Yes. Hi, Sonia.
And
sorry, what's going on?
Matt, are you married to Sonia?
Yes, I am.
All right, then, and you're dating a woman named Jade?
Look, okay, I see what's going on here. This is not what you think. My wife and I have an understanding. Sonia and I have talked about this. It's like a modern...
Wait, what?
Like
we have an understanding? I don't understand anything. Like, what? Wait, you have a girl? You said you had a girlfriend?
Sonia, is this actually on the radio? Are we on the radio?
You are. But yes. Matt, tell me what you mean by an understanding. What is that?
Honestly, I don't think I should say anything else.
Sonia, is that true?
Like, you have an open marriage?
No.
Is that true?
No.
You've never talked about that? That's news to you?
Never. Literally never.
But Matt seems so matter of fact about it. Matt, is she not telling the truth?
Sonia, we've talked about like our dreams for our lives and social lives and stuff like that. I know.
Okay.
How long has this been going? Like, how long have you been seeing this, whoever she is?
Jade.
Sonia, we can talk about this later. I'm not going to talk about this with you and Ryan on the radio. Okay.
Okay, look, Sonia, we're at a dead end. I don't know if you guys have had the understanding conversation or not, but clearly he's seeing another woman named Jade. So you can take it from here, and wish you the best of luck, and hope you guys end up in a good place. Okay. Thank you, Sonia. So let's just quickly jump back, if you don't mind, to Ryan's roses. Matt and Sonia are married. Matt sends the roses to Jade and says it's his girlfriend. Then he says to Sonia, his wife, wait, we've had this conversation. We have an understanding. He says it. To me, the way he said it seemed like he wasn't panicked. He wasn't taken aback. He was very matter of fact about it. He seemed confident and comfortable in saying, hey, we had this talk about having an understanding, which I'm assuming, connecting the dot, means that they quietly are allowed to see other people.
Yeah.
She seemed completely opposite in her reaction. Like, I've never heard this. We never had this conversation. So someone's clearly not telling the truth there. And he's also sent the roses to Jade. So I guess I'm asking you, Sissany, do you think that she had never heard this understanding conversation?
This one's tough for me because I always like to have my girls back. But I think in this case, she knew exactly what was going on already. And she was hoping that this relationship with Jade had fizzled out and maybe he was going to just come back to her.
So you think they did have an understanding conversation?
And she was using us as like,
to find out.
Let's see who he sends the roses to type of situation, because otherwise she would have been way more upset.
Yes, I think it's a good hunch.
She wasn't that upset.
And he was so calm. Kimberly, what did you think?
Oh, I thought that he was totally busted. He obviously, that whole thing about that they have an understanding, he was just making it up on the spot, and you could tell he was just, because he was like, let's not talk about it now, and he's sort of backpedaling as he's trying to sort of create this fake story for the radio.
It's funny, I thought he seemed calm. I didn't think he was panicked at all.
Yeah,
I don't know. He's like, it to me, it just sounded like he was trying not to look like a big fool on the radio and just trying to make himself not look like a big jerk for cheating on his wife. Like, obviously, that's his girlfriend.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Kimberly, for calling. I don't know on this one. I really don't know. Your hunch seems legit. It seems plausible. Mm-hmm. But this one's tough for me. I'm racking my brain. There's so many moving parts that seemed, I could go either way on it, to be honest with you. It's time for Ryan's Roses. So we've got this as a public service. If there's something going on in your relationship and you can't get to the bottom of it, then this is something you could do. Send us the email. This is from Lancaster. Right. Dear Ryan and Ellen, I got my husband into getting massages, which is a good, I believe they're great for you if you have time to do it.
Right.
And now he's been going once a week, and he goes without me. Last week, he got home later than usual. I asked him where he was, and he said, you won't believe it. I was so relaxed, I actually fell asleep during the massage. They let me sleep while they cleaned up, and then they woke me up when they closed. That's what he told her. She says in the email to us, I don't believe him. So I called the massage place, and they told me he was there, but the girl that answered told me she couldn't tell me what time he left because she wasn't there that day. Now it gets interesting. So she says, I'm worried. I think he has something going on with the woman doing his massages. Amber?
Hi, Ryan.
How are you?
I'm okay.
We got your email, and we heard that, and I read the first part, and I thought, well, not so bad. Your husband, first of all, great. He's getting massages. Great. You turned him on to them. Great. He's falling asleep. I fall asleep in my massages. Mm-hmm. And so they woke him up when they closed the place. Not, I don't know if there's anything terrible there. But then you say you didn't believe him, so you called the massage place, and they told you he was there. But the girl that answered told you that she couldn't tell me what time he left because she wasn't there that day. So what do you really, in a snapshot here, what do you think is going on? What's in your head?
Well, he has his favorite masseuse, Isabel. He talks about her all the time. You know, how awesome she is, how relaxed she makes him feel. And I'm just wondering if maybe he and Isabel have something outside of the massage place.
But go ahead, Al.
How often does he see Isabel?
He's going at least once a week now. And sometimes twice a week.
You gave him the gift certificate, correct?
Well, we originally were going to a different massage place together. And then he starts going, he found this place where Isabel works, he found on his own, he says it's cheaper, it's closer to his work, he likes it better.
Amber, now, if he were cheating on you with Isabel, why would he be talking about Isabel so much? I think he would not be talking about her, and certainly not by name. I feel like he'd be trying to cover it up.
Or is it a reverse kind of psychology thing?
Exactly. Like he just wants to make it, he wants to downplay it. Like it's
So,
nothing.
Ellen, you're saying if he is hooking up with Isabel,
right?
He's talking about Isabel so to throw her off?
Yes, that's what I'm
well,
saying.
That's playing with fire.
It's diabolical.
How long have you been married?
We've been married for about 18 years now.
And do you have kids?
Yeah, we've got 2 boys. They're teenagers. They're out with they're staying with their grandma for the summer. They're in Nevada with grandma.
We are about to make the call for Ryan's Roses. We just got a little backstory from Amber. So if you've flipped on the radio now or you're listening on iHeart, you have not missed us calling her husband yet. They've been married 18 years.
That's great.
It's great. But she thinks that he's messing around with this girl at the massage parlor.
I think it's her imagination. I really do.
Well, I mean, he because she turned him on to these, he's going to get massages on a regular. And he goes in and he does his thing. And, you know, the other time he was in there, he stayed for a long time and he said he fell asleep. And long story short, she thinks that he's going to see this girl who is a massage therapist, but isn't going to necessarily get a massage.
Right.
I didn't ask her. Does she? Hey, Amber. Do you think that he's seeing her outside of the parlor, or there's extra tension inside the parlor? Salon, whatever you call them. What am I calling it? A parlor?
Massage parlor.
Oh, that's why. Okay. It works. But I say the word parlor by itself, and I feel like my grandmother.
Some people say tattoo parlor. I mean, you know.
Okay. All right. So do you think is he messing around, do you think, with this girl at the place or outside of the place?
You know, I don't know. I mean, I kind of feel like maybe he's not going to the massage parlor to meet her anymore because, well, he says he fell asleep there last week and they just let him sleep until they closed. But why would they do that? Because they need they need the massage table. Like they just let him for until 8:00 at night. He gets off work at 3:30.
So we're going to bring Patty in here. Now, Amber, Patty's going to offer him some roses, and we want to see who he sends them to and what he puts on the card. Can you just say this to me, Ryan? You have my permission to call, and then whatever your husband's name is on Kiss FM.
Ryan, you have my permission to call on Kiss FM.
Now, the massage therapist in question here, her name is Isabel?
Isabel,
okay.
Well, let's call him and find out who he sends these roses to. All right, Amber?
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, this is Sean, receiving.
Hi, my name's Patty calling from Flowers and More. How are you?
Doing well.
I'm calling because you've been chosen to receive a free dozen roses. They're completely free. They don't need any information from you, just the name of the person you want to send them to and a note and the address. And I make sure they get delivered today if you accept the offer, which is it's limited time only. I'm only doing it this today.
But it's completely free, right?
It's completely free. I don't need any information from you, just the name of the person and the address. And I would like for you to go onto my Facebook page and, you know, either leave like a quick review on the comment section or a like for your friends and family to be able to see that. And that's how I'll be able to get new customers.
Hey, I can click a like for free, no problem. Yeah, let's send these to Amber. And do you guys? It comes with a card, right?
Yes, it does come with a card. So just let
let's
me know
put
what you want to put
Amber,
on the card.
Check it out. These were free. And let's go! Exclamation point! Question mark! Exclamation point!
Exclamation point! Wait! Exclamation point! Question mark! Exclamation point!
Yeah, like you're not getting the comic books. Yeah, it's like whoa, whoa.
Oh, okay, got it.
Hello, Sean.
Yeah.
Hello, Sean. It's Ryan Seacrest. I need you to. I'm on with Ellen K. I need you to know your voice is being broadcast on the radio. I need you to know that.
For what?
For free flowers.
Yeah.
Your wife, Amber, is on the phone actually listening to this right now, and she asked us to call you.
Oh, dude, don't tell her. Those are who I was sending them to.
Yeah, we know.
I know that. We know that. But she asked us to call you to find out if there was something going on with you and a woman named Isabel, who's your massage therapist.
If there's something going on,
Yeah.
she's my massage therapist. Yeah. All right, dude, check it out.
Okay.
Amber turned me on to getting massages. We used to, I'd never had one. I thought it was kind of she. But Amber, she's like, let's do this couple things. The kids are out of the house for the summer, so, we're trying to reconnect. So we do this couples massage. I don't know if you've ever had one. It is ridiculous. It's mind-blowing. It takes you to a different level. And so now I'm into massage. So I've been going pretty regularly. And there's this place by my work here and it's like $45 an hour, but from 3 to 5, they have this happy hour special where it's only $30 an hour for an hour massage. So I've been hitting that place. It's it's down in Thai Town. Dude, Ryan, I don't know if you've ever had a Thai massage, but it is awesome. You should go check it out. Like, they actually get on top of you, and they're, grinding, and it's amazing. I always say...
Wait, how many, we say they, how many are working on you at one time?
Just one, Isabel. I go to the same woman all the time.
All right, but there's a few things that I need to ask you about. Happy hour, grinding, that doesn't sound like therapy. There's nothing else going on there, is it, for this happy hour?
No. Well, it's different than, Swedish massage, where they're just kind of doing, the hand thing, and they're just kind of, softly doing it. At the Thai massage, they're really getting in there and working it out, and they're stepping on you and stuff.
But you're saying things that make me think something else is going on. Are you just getting a massage?
Because it's a happy hour, or because it's...
No, just
grinding happy hour.
Is it just a massage? Is there more happening there?
No, it's massage.
Got it. Then we're clear. Now, Amber, tell Sean why we're on the phone here.
Okay. I was pretty sure that you're cheating on me, babe. With Isabel.
With Isabel? Where did you get that idea?
You're going to see her all the time, and you're always raving about her, and you come home late from work, and not just an hour late, but 5 hours late.
Well, yeah, I told you what happened on that.
He's getting the happy hour.
It sounds like you're a little addicted, Sean. It's like you're a little too enthusiastic. Maybe find another hobby.
I don't know, Ellen. They can be really good.
Well, but still, include your wife and the two of you do it together. Or
go back to more couples massages.
Yeah, if you like them that much and you like this Isabel, why don't you do it together?
I'm totally down for that.
I kind of like Sean.
I do too.
Hey, Sean. I thought your card was funny. We don't really have flowers to send you or her, but we thought the card was funny. I've never heard that on a card.
Cartoon?
With the exclamation, question mark, exclamation combination right out of the comics.
Yeah.
But just because we need to move on here, are you cheating on your wife with Isabel?
Absolutely not, Amber. Come on, baby.
With anyone else?
No.
All right, Amber, do you believe him?
Yeah.
I do too.
I'm going to take him at his word.
Good.
I believe him. Well,
Me too.
this is a happy ending. How about this?
Good.
What are the odds?
This is a happy ending.
It's time for Ryan's Roses. Here we go. If it's public service, if there's an issue in your world, you can't sort it out, come to us and we'll try our best. Ava is on the line here, and Ava says that she is worried about the nanny who watches the kids every afternoon. She takes him to dance class at 3, and after they're done with virtual school, she picks him up from there. Her husband and she each get home around 6, and last week she got home early, and both her husband's car and the nanny's car were outside at the house. So tell me, Ava, what do you suspect was going on?
Hey, thank you so much for helping me with this. I just have a really bad feeling. I didn't see anything. I don't know anything, and nobody's admitting to anything. But basically, when I got home at like 4:45 the other day, and when I went inside, like she was there. My husband was there. He had his shirt off. He was working inside. She apparently just left her hoodie and had to come back and get it real quick. But then she had a phone call and went outside. But she was completely shocked to see me there early. My husband had no shirt on, which is completely out of character. He does not do that at that time of the day. He usually does that later, whatever. He was like, no big deal, everything's fine. But she seemed like, I don't know. She's like...
Did you ever suspect anything with the nanny before this?
Like, she dresses very provocatively. Like, she wears really short shorts, and I think it's kind of inappropriate. But she does a good job nannying, so I've never really considered anything, and I've never had a feeling like this with my husband in our entire marriage.
Well, look, body language and energy can be read sometimes very easily, and it sounds like you felt that when you saw this in the moment that you did, when you caught them off guard. So, Ava, here's what we're going to do. How long have you been married?
We've been married for 12 years.
All right. We are going to come back and call your husband in just a second, see what we can find out, all right?
Okay, thank you.
Ava on the line, who says she got home early one day, and she saw her husband with his shirt off and the nanny there. And the nanny was in the backyard, and they seemed to have been very comfortable and casual and been hanging out for quite a while, and that's not the norm. So she thinks something may be going on with her husband and the nanny. What's the nanny's name?
Jesse.
How old is your husband?
He's 38.
How old is Jesse?
22.
All right. And how old are your kids?
We have 2 daughters, one's 6 and the other's 8.
Okay. So we're going to call him now and offer him some roses. Be very quiet until we can find out what's going on and we tell him he's on the air, okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hi there. I'm looking for Matt.
Speaking. Who's this?
Hi, my name is Tara. I'm calling from Butterfly Blooms. How you doing this morning?
I'm okay.
I'm calling because we actually deliver in the Hawaiian Gardens area, and I'm offering you a chance to send a free dozen red roses to anybody that you'd like today. They're absolutely free. We're just trying to promote our business. I don't need cash from you, credit card info, or anything like that. Just the name of the person that you'd like to send them to.
You're sure you don't need my credit card? Like there's no catch or anything like that?
No, I mean, the catch is that we just hope you like the arrangement and that you refer us to friends and family, and then you hopefully come back. So we can just start with the name.
Okay, sure. Yeah, would you just put on there Jesse?
Jesse, okay. And is that with an IE?
Yes.
Okay. I have a bunch of different types of cards, whether you're celebrating a birthday, anniversary, I'm sorry, thank you cards. Is this, would you want me to have one that has like hearts on it for like romantic gesture? Or
sure.
plain?
Yeah, maybe like some hearts or something like that. And yeah, and are you able to write a message on there?
Of course. What would you like to put on the card?
Could you just put, put can't wait for next week.
Can't wait for next week.
Yeah. And then,
Wonderful.
yeah, and then just sign it, just my initial M is fine if you just want to.
M. Gotcha. Okay. Sounds very
Matt.
romantic. Okay.
Matt, my name is Ryan. Your voice is being broadcast on the radio, and we have your wife, Ava, on the line, who had a hunch that you were cheating with Jesse. It seems that things are true here, that something's going on between you and Jesse, your nanny. What do you want to tell your wife?
No,
Hello,
nothing.
M.
What do you want to tell your wife? What's going on with you and Jesse, Matt?
Nothing's going on. Nothing's going on at all. It was just to be nice. I mean, she works really hard for us. Like, nothing's going on at all.
Can't wait for next week? Wait. Can't wait for next week with hearts?
How long has this been going on? Why wouldn't you send the flowers to me? You put hearts.
No.
What's going on next week?
Nice. I just meant like we can't wait to see
How
you
long
next
has this been going on? Seriously, tell me right now.
I don't know, like August maybe.
So, Matt, you're cheating on your wife, Ava, with your nanny, Jesse.
Look, honey, can we talk about this? Like, not,
yes.
Not
Unbelievable. That was a yes. This is unbelievable. Like, I'm so angry at you right now. Here's what's going to happen. I don't want to see you. You go to your parents' house, stay there for a while. I'm going to fire her. She's fired. I will call her and tell her this morning, you need to get out of the house before I get home. I don't want to see you.
I know you're upset, but can we just, like, we can figure this out. You know, I don't.
Since August, you couldn't talk to me about it between August and now?
I'm sorry.
No,
I didn't know how.
You need to be gone out of the house by the time I get home from work, because this is not going to work.
All right, Matt, we're going to let you go. I think your wife has told you what she wants you to do. Ava, I'm so sorry to be at this moment, but at least you have some more information, and good luck to you, okay?
Yeah, no, thank you for helping me figure it out, because he wasn't going to tell me.
All right, we'll let you guys both go. I mean, that was pretty obvious, wasn't it?
Yeah. From
the second he was writing that note to Jesse with the hearts, and the second that he brought her name up instead of his wife, I mean, you knew that was all going the wrong way. Everybody gather in. It's time for Ryan's Roses. It's public service. Here we go. Sissany, I need your help on this one. It says, Dear Ryan and Sissany, my husband had an accident at work and needed to go through physical therapy. A nurse was coming to the house. She wasn't someone I was intimidated by at the time, but now something seems to be up. That's it. That's the whole email.
Wow.
Yeah, it's from Carla. Carla is in Mission Hills. Carla, hi.
Hey.
So what happened to your husband? What was the accident?
So he works in receiving and shipping, and he just fell at work. He ended up breaking his hip and being out of work, so he couldn't really drive or do much for himself. I work during the day and usually late, so we ended up having a nurse come to the house. Her name's Nikki. She's been with us for about 3 months, and she's been great. But I worked from home last week because I felt bad because I'm just never there, and I feel like I'm not pulling my weight. And she shows up as she, is scheduled to do, and I just got the strangest vibe from her. Like, she wasn't talking to me. I would try to make small conversations. She would just kind of give me one-word answers, wouldn't look me in the eye at all, and was just acting really, really strange. And I'm not really, I wasn't intimidated, by her before. And, she's always been really cordial, and I never got like a strange vibe, but it's like something absolutely did a 180 and shifted. And it just makes me so uneasy.
Well, it sounds to me like she's conveying guilt.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, that's kind of what I gathered, but I'm just, my mind goes to the worst, of course.
How is she when she's interacting with your husband? Are they flirting, or do they have inside jokes?
I mean, yeah, it's really weird. Like, they speak in hushed voices, and it feels very, very intimate.
Hushed voices? Hush?
Yeah.
Hush?
Just like very, yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
Like very, very low tones, and I can't hear them. It makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah. How many hours a day is Nikki with your husband?
I mean, 5 hours, the better part of the afternoon.
Wow.
We're going to get Sissany to send these flowers, okay? I need you to say, Ryan, you have my permission to call, and then whatever his name is on Kiss FM.
Ryan, you have my permission to call on Kiss FM.
So we're going to call him and offer him some flowers. We want to find out who he sends them to, and then what he puts on the card, okay?
Okay.
Okay, good luck.
Hello.
Hi, I'm looking for Justin.
This is him.
Hi, Justin. My name is Leslie. How you doing this morning?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. I'm calling from Precious Blooms. We're a new flower shop here in Mission Hills, actually right off the 405. And I'm calling because we're giving away a free dozen red roses today.
Oh, why am I?
You've just been randomly selected to receive the red roses. They're absolutely free, and you can send them to anybody that you'd like. We're just trying to promote our new delivery service. And I don't need any credit card information from you or billing info. They're free, and I just need the name of the person you want to send them to. We can write a quick note on that, and they'll be out by lunchtime.
Okay. Sure.
Okay, great. So who would you like to send them to?
You know what? Let's send them to Nikki.
Nikki. Okay, is that with a Y or an I at the end?
I.
And who's Nikki to you? Who's this person to you?
So I had an accident at work, and I've been going through physical therapy, and she's my physical therapist. So.
Oh, that's nice. Okay.
Yeah.
What would you like to put on the card?
Thanks for everything. I'm feeling so much better. Really appreciate all that you do.
Okay.
Justin, it's Ryan Seacrest. Your voice is being broadcast on the radio. Are you having an affair with Nikki?
What?
Are you having an affair with Nikki? I have your wife on the line. She thinks you are.
Are you kidding me right now?
I'm just asking.
No, I am not having an affair with...
Well, you're being very defensive.
Yeah, I'm being defensive because somebody just accused me of having an affair on my wife.
Not somebody. Your wife
Your
is
wife,
concerned.
sorry.
Your wife, Carla, thinks that you
Yes,
are having an
my
affair
wife.
with Nikki, and you just sent flowers to Nikki, and you said, thanks for all you do. What's she doing for you?
She's a physical therapist.
Right.
I had hip surgery. How could I can't even... I can barely even get out of bed. Like, I'm barely started to walk. How could I be having an affair?
Justin, don't get upset with the messenger here. Why
Sorry,
don't you let
I'm
your
sorry.
No, you don't have to apologize, but why don't you let your wife explain to you what she's feeling?
Sure. What's going on?
Justin, you remember last week when I worked from home?
Yes.
So I tried talking to Nikki, and she was giving me one-word answers, wouldn't engage with me, barely looked me in the eye. Whenever you guys were going over your exercises, you were speaking really, really quietly. I couldn't hear a thing that you were saying. I mean, the whole thing just felt totally bizarre, and I have never felt more uncomfortable in my life, and I feel like something happened, and you're not telling me.
Sweetie, no, nothing is happening. We were being quiet because I knew you were working, and I didn't want to disturb you. And if she was being weird, I mean, it's awkward when a woman is there, you know, rubbing on my hip, like doing our physical therapy stuff. Like, no, I'm not. That's ridiculous. I love you. I would never cheat on you.
Why would you send the roses to her? I mean, I'm working double hours to try to make ends meet, and you know how much it's killing me that I can't be there. I mean,
I know that, and I sent them to her just because I was like, I'm just grateful for the fact that she's been helping me, and she has been around helping me, and it was just a thank you thing. It was just being nice. That's it.
I don't know.
I will go buy you 24 roses. Like, if this is about some stupid flowers. Like, you know, I love you.
It's so much more than the flowers, and I can't shake that something happened.
Nothing happened. I swear to you.
So, Justin, let me just tell you something. Your wife is threatened by Nikki. So we need to do a couple things. One, not send Nikki flowers. Okay, that's not a great move. Two,
Well, I didn't realize my wife was threatened by Nikki before.
Well,
but
that's why we're here. And two, we need to replace Nikki.
With like Bruce
Absolutely. If
or
that's,
something.
I mean,
if he's available. I think that would make your wife feel better. Carla, true or false?
I can't deny it. True.
All right, so if you're not cheating, Justin, then let's make these changes, okay?
Yeah, get a male.
Absolutely. I have no problems doing that.
Let's get it done.
But we need to talk about where this is also coming from. If it's just
Well, you guys should talk about it, but let's get it done. Let's make the change.
Okay, done. I'll get on the phone this afternoon.
Carla, would that make you feel better?
I would be so grateful.
Great. Okay, that's a step in the right direction. I'm going to leave it to you guys, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you. I have a solid opinion on this.
Mm-hmm.
It's time for Ryan's Roses. This is a public service, and we got this email a few days ago at ryan@kissfm.com. It's from Rebecca in Huntington Beach. And Rebecca says, Dear Ryan and Sissany, my husband and I have been married for 2 years. Everything was perfect until recently. He has changed. The other night, his phone rang, and he picked it up, and he walked out to the backyard. But really, what got me and made my heart drop was when I heard him say, you can't call me like this. She says, I'm so broken. Let's get her on. Rebecca, thanks for coming on in Huntington Beach. How you holding up?
I'm going to be honest, not that great.
So you heard him, like, how did he say it? What was the tone in which he said it into the phone?
He was frustrated and very quiet, or trying to be quiet. It definitely seemed like he was trying to hide something.
Hide something.
I mean,
He was, trying to cover something. I mean, just walking into the backyard is strange.
yeah, that is really strange, actually. I mean, I guess sometimes he does that to take business calls, but this didn't sound like that.
Okay. 2 years. Any kids?
No kids.
Have you ever felt this before?
I mean, not with him, like in past relationships, yeah, but we have an amazing relationship. So loving, and he's so affectionate with me. And so, I mean, it's very strange for it to be so different suddenly. It's very unusual.
All right, I tell you what, we're going to come back immediately, make this call. What we're going to do is offer him some roses and find out who he sends them to, okay?
Okay.
Hang on 1 second. We're into Ryan's Roses now. This Rebecca is on Huntington Beach. This one came to us via email, and she said in the email, married 2 years, her husband took a call in the backyard and was overheard saying, you can't call me like this, to somebody. Who's on the other end?
Yeah.
That's Rebecca's concern. She is feeling very, very worried about it. So, Rebecca, here's what we're going to do. Sissany is going to place a call from the flower shop. We're going to offer him some roses. Then we want to find out what he puts on the card and who he sends them to. Okay?
Okay.
I need you to say, Ryan, you have my permission to call, and then whatever his name is on Kiss FM.
Ryan, you have my permission to call Kiss FM.
Okay, Rebecca, good luck.
Thank you.
Hello?
Hi, is this Josh?
Yes.
Hi there. My name is Stacy. I'm calling from Sunny Blooms. We're a new flower shop here in Huntington Beach. How you doing this morning?
I'm okay. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. Thank you for asking. The reason for this phone call is because we're trying to promote our delivery service. We're brand new, like I said, and we're giving away a free dozen red roses today. They're absolutely free, and you can send them to anybody that you'd like. We just need the name of the person you want to send them to, and we can even put a cute little love note on there if you'd like.
Okay, so there's no obligation. I don't have to pay anything. I don't have to.
Right. There's no obligation. We're just trying our new delivery service, and we just hope that whoever receives them, if they like us, spread the word.
Okay, so a free dozen roses. I can send them to anybody?
Yeah. So who would you like to send them to? I just need the name.
Well, let me think. Who would I want to send them to? I got so many options.
Yeah, like a girlfriend or a wife.
Yeah, well, you don't want to waste a gift like this. It's a major bonus point.
Right? It's your lucky day.
Josh!
Yeah.
Josh! That's all I needed to hear.
Josh, I need you to know your voice is being broadcast on the radio. I need you to hear that. It's Ryan Seacrest and Sissany, and this is your wife, Rebecca, obviously on the line. The reason we're on the call is your wife saw you go into the backyard and take a phone call. Do you remember this?
Yes.
And you sounded so secretive. Why wouldn't you just keep the call in the living room? Why would you go all the way to the backyard? Doesn't make any sense, Josh. Tell me the truth. Just tell me the truth. I don't want you to lie to me.
Rebecca?
Yeah.
I'm looking at the line. It looks like Josh is hung up on the phone.
Are you kidding?
It looks like he's not on the phone. I don't know what to tell you. Patty, try and call him back. See if you can call him back. Okay. So Patty's going to try and call him back. Usually this does not work.
Right.
But I'm just going to tell you that based on our experience with these calls and the 2 seconds that I heard your husband on the phone, the fact he's going in the backyard and just my instinct is that something is going on bad. And I think you know that. I mean, I don't think that this is proving anything you don't know.
And the fact that he was debating who to send the flowers to.
Yeah, I mean,
the call with you was just weird.
Yeah.
The call with you, Sisney, when he was on talking to you, was just that right there. We didn't even go any further. That right there tells you something's going on. So, and I think you.
I'm so sorry.
I think you knew that though, Rebecca. Like I feel like you knew that going in. You're gonna have to address this with him directly.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna let you go so you can talk to him. Patty's not having success getting him.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Good,
Yeah.
Rebecca. Good luck, darling.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
I still want to go back. Let's just go back for a second to the moment you're on the phone with Josh.
Mm-hmm. It sounds so slimy.
But I'm curious, like, who's not thinking to send the flowers to their spouse?
Exactly.
Doesn't the guy know he was in his backyard? He clearly knows that this other person on the other line could be causing a problem by calling him. Isn't it in his mind? Definitely send the flowers to my wife.
Yeah.
That part I never understand.
And your wife of 2 years, you're newlyweds. Like,
He
come
said
on.
so many options.
Yeah.
Let's go back to August 2016, which was, how long ago was that? 2 years ago. So, and we posted this up at kissfm.com for you to listen to, but Natalie told us, and standing by on the phone right now is Natalie. She told us that her husband called and got a text, and he was acting weird about it. So she snooped in his phone, and she found a sonogram of a baby from his coworker. Do you remember this?
I actually do remember this.
So we offered calling the Roses, and he wanted to give them to Megan, which is the coworker's name, but with no note. So we brought Natalie on the line, his wife, and asked him about the flowers in the sonogram. He said that Megan is a coworker, and the baby is her boyfriend's. But he had the photo.
Right.
So why was he in the middle of all of it, getting that kind of, I mean, that's very, what's the right word?
Intimate?
Private?
Yeah.
Synonymous. So we didn't know if he was cheating, but the whole thing was a little uncomfortable.
Right.
Well, we're friends at work, and she did share with me that she was probably expecting a baby. So I just thought maybe she just could know if someone was thinking of her. I'm not involved. I just thought this might be nice for her.
2 years have gone by. What's happened? Natalie?
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing well. So how much do you know about this story yet?
Well, I only know that we were a little uncomfortable with the way we left you guys. And that we found it strange that his coworker would be sending these kinds of photos to your husband and that he would not tell you.
Exactly. Okay, so my husband continued to insist that the baby was not his, and I went ahead and confronted Megan myself, and I insisted that a blood test be taken because I saw a photo of the baby online, and it looked just like my husband Colin. And I was like, this is it. Please, I cannot deal with this. I need 100% proof that it's not your child. So I made him take a blood test, and I also reached out to Megan, and I said, you're going to need to get a blood test, a paternity test for this child, because I need to know the truth. And you all are dancing around, and she was really mad about it, which I saw as guilty. So needless to say, they did go ahead and take the test. And I have a feeling that Megan's boyfriend was all for my husband Colin taking the test because he too was feeling uncomfortable with the situation. He wanted to know the truth as well. And so Colin takes the test. The baby has a test. And Colin is not the kid's dad. So we're moving on now. Things are fine. But Colin does know that if he steps up of line again, I'm not going to F around.
So
I will make his life miserable.
Okay, well, did your husband cheat on you?
See, that's the thing. He still hasn't told me yes, but I can tell when he's lying. He still works with Megan, but I do know that they don't talk to each other because she's scared to death of me.
Well,
so
I'm listening
as it
to
should
you.
be.
I'm right. I'm hearing the things you're saying. Well, I hope that there's not like resentment building up inside of you, and that this isn't something that's going to cause more of an issue down the line.
Right, like you can really let it be behind you.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, I think also talking to you has helped as well close that chapter. It was a really difficult chapter because I didn't know for sure, and it was really killing me, but I'm fine now.
Well, I hear the tone in your voice, and if I'm Colin, I'm watching my steps. Yeah. Well, thank you for coming back on, Natalie, and I hope you guys work it all out, okay?
Thank you guys so much. You take care.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye. I feel like she's still upset.
Yeah, it doesn't sound great.
It's like, okay, so she believes that's not his child.
Right, but she still doesn't believe he didn't cheat.
Yeah. So I don't know that I could I don't, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
It's time for Ryan's Roses. Let's go. Dear Ryan and Sissany, my husband went to a bachelor party with his friends a few weeks ago. He stayed out all night. That's the problem. The bachelor party and out all night.
Well, it was agreed upon ahead of time.
They went to a strip club.
Okay.
I asked him about it that night, and he said, I don't want to talk about it. Now, who says I don't want to talk about it and expects things to be okay?
Hello.
You can't do that and say, I don't want to have a dialogue about it.
Yeah.
If you do that, you got to tell everything or tell something. He's been acting strange ever since. Julia, Hacienda Heights. That's it. It's that simple. Julia, hi.
Hi.
A couple quick questions before we call him, your husband. Did you give him permission to stay out all night?
Yeah, I was totally cool about it. Like, I don't have a problem with that kind of stuff.
He went to the strip club, and which a lot of guys do in the bachelor party. That doesn't mean that anything happened. You gave him permission to do that too?
Yes, absolutely.
Does your husband have permission to go to a strip club?
Yeah, you can go to strip clubs. Not like every night. If it's a bachelor party.
Wow.
He doesn't like them, actually.
Yeah.
He doesn't like strip clubs?
No.
Yeah, of course not.
Guys, he doesn't.
Hey, yeah, all right. Anyway.
I hate you all.
Julia, how long have you been married?
We've been married for 3 years.
Do you have kids?
We have 2 kids, actually.
And tell me about the behavior you've noticed that's changed since this night and you asking him to talk about it and him saying, I don't want to talk about it.
Well, I mean, I just asked him how it was, and, he just kind of shrugged it off, was really, vague about things, and he usually is pretty descriptive when he explains things to me, so I just kept asking, was it a good time? He said, yeah, it was crazy, and that was it, and I was like, well, can you tell me what happened? And he was like, just, the guys were being guys, it was just crazy, and, but he's been acting really weird, so I feel like it's something more than that.
All right, hang on, we're going to call him. That's all I need, okay?
Okay.
My husband went to a bachelor party, stayed out all night, went to a strip club, doesn't want to talk about it when I ask him questions about it, and is acting strange. However, he had permission to do all that.
Right.
But she thinks that there's more to the story because he won't talk about it.
I know.
Talk about it!
But how much details do you want, actually?
But tell something. The
Yeah.
guy's being so shady.
I guess. He's being shady.
Julia, here's what we're going to do. Married 3 years. Here's what we're going to do. Sissany is going to call your husband. We're all going to be on, but we'll be very quiet. We want to find out who he wants to send roses to, who's on his mind, and what he puts on the card, okay? The sentiment, the emotion, the description, the words. All right?
Okay.
I need you to say, Ryan, you have my permission to call, and whatever his name is, on Kiss FM.
Ryan, you have my permission to call on Kiss FM.
All right, here we go. Good luck, Julia.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm looking for David.
Yeah, this is him.
Hi, David. My name is Kelly. I'm calling from the Perfect Bloom. We're a new flower shop here in Hacienda Heights. How are you doing this morning?
Well, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. I'm calling because we're trying to promote our delivery service today. We're giving out a free dozen red roses. They're absolutely free. You can send them to anybody that you'd like. And I don't need any billing information from you or credit card info. They're just free. And we just ask that you promote us to friends and family.
Okay. Yeah, I'll send them to my wife, Julia.
Okay, cool. Your wife, Julia. And what would you like to put on the note?
Love you, sweetie, and yeah.
Love you, sweetie. Cute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Keeping it simple.
Awesome. Is everything just great with the two of you right now?
Yeah.
Okay, hang on one second.
Absolutely.
Jeez, dude.
What? I know you were trying to mouth to me.
Because he said his wife. Let's get out of this. Julia?
Yes, hi.
Hi. He's on hold. We made sure he can't hear us talking? Okay. We're up a creek without a paddle here. We have a decision to make. Do you want us to tell him he's on the air and you can explain why we're here?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay. David?
Yes?
Hi, it's Ryan Seacrest and Sissany. I want you to know your voice is being broadcast on the radio.
Oh.
Your wife, Julia, is on the phone, and Julia has asked us to call you because she thinks you're cheating on her.
What?
So, Julia, would you like to explain?
Hey, hi, honey.
Hey.
So, just listen to me, David. Listen to me for a second. I know this is weird, but
Yeah.
you went to that bachelor party a couple weeks ago, and you've just been acting really weird. And I keep asking you about it, and you've been really vague about what happened that night. And I just feel like something happened because you've been acting really weird.
Oh, God. Sweetie, no. So that's why... No, I'm not cheating on you. I know.
It is because something happened. I don't know what, but
David, why are you acting shifty?
Well, I mean, yeah, she's right. Something did happen, but no.
What happened? What happened?
What happened?
What happened?
So we were out with the buddies. We went to a strip club, right? And some of the guys just they didn't behave really appropriately.
But what did you do?
Well, I tried some stuff I shouldn't have tried, and
What stuff you shouldn't have tried?
I was drunk and I messed up. I took some stuff and that's it. That's why I've been acting weird. It's not. I didn't cheat on her, Julia. I love you. I would never do that. I just know that I'm disappointed in myself. I feel really guilty, and we always said we never do these things, and I did, and so there you go.
David, did you mess around with somebody on this trip?
No.
So you didn't physically do anything with somebody?
You didn't get a lap dance and go a little further?
You just got wasted?
Yeah, absolutely. But, another thing that's been on my mind is that, some of the guys, they went a little further at the strip club and...
and they're married and they're in relationships?
Yes, and these are like really like good longtime friends, and we know the wives as well, and so now we're gonna hang out with them, and it's gonna be so weird and uncomfortable, and I don't really know how to deal with that.
Here's the thing, David. All right, we got it. Now you need to. I guess you should sit with Julia and tell her whatever it is you need to tell her, and then figure out how you're going to handle this, because clearly you're not acting the same in your own relationship, and it's causing a problem with your wife. So you got to rectify that.
Right.
All right?
Right. Yeah, you're right.
All right. Julia, thank you for reaching out to us.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right. You take care.
Julia, do you believe him?
I want to.
All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Do you believe him?
I do.
It's time for Ryan's Roses. Here we go. If it's a public service, if there's an issue in your world, you can't sort it out, come to us and we'll try our best. Dear Ryan and Sissany, my fiance has been distant lately. That sucks.
Oy.
It's like you get engaged, you expect to ramp things up.
Yeah, it's like the happy times.
It should be getting better and better.
Mm-hmm.
The excitement. I feel like he's preoccupied. He's been so busy. I can't figure out what he's busy doing. It's not just work. We only see each other half the time we used to. All this is weird. When we make plans, he's not there. He gets super defensive when we try to talk about things.
The
Maggie
defensive
in
thing
Norwalk.
is bad.
Now, one likely scenario could be he's just nervous.
Oh, I was
about
thinking
the wedding.
the opposite.
About the wedding approaching. What?
I was thinking that maybe he's planning this big surprise for the wedding, and that's why he's been distant.
What surprise would you have for a wedding?
The grooms do this all the time, where they like all of a sudden break out in like a song and dance for the bride and like do this whole performance.
Like a flash mob?
Totally, something like that.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
No, really?
No.
Check it out on YouTube. A lot of videos.
All right, I'll be doing that tonight. Hey, Maggie.
Hi.
Hey, thanks for coming on with us. We understand that this is supposed to be the happiest time when you're gearing up to actually have the wedding.
Yeah.
And now your fiance is turning away and pushing you away, yeah?
Right.
So tell me, Sisney points out something interesting. Getting defensive is a problem. What is he getting defensive about?
That he's not spending enough time with me.
And you say that and he gets defensive.
Yeah, he gets really not only defensive, but when I try to ask him why, it feels like something is a little shady, like we used to always go to like Hamasushi every Saturday and then that stopped. Like we would go dancing at the club crawl, whatever, and then he stopped doing that. And I'm like, okay, I'm thinking maybe he's like getting more ambitious with his job, which is, cool. But then even just like little things, like just meeting me for dinner. We don't live together, but we're going on a year. It's really, really serious. I mean, we're engaged, basically.
Why don't you live together?
I haven't pushed it. I have a roommate, and so like I'm still in a lease.
Now this is gonna.
So,
when are you guys gonna get married? When's the wedding?
We haven't planned it like per se.
Okay, so there's no date.
It's just we've just like talked about our future a lot.
This is going to upset a lot of people, but I'm going to say it. I think you should live with him before you get married.
Well, yeah. I mean, I come from a really traditional kind of religious background, though, and I hear you. I totally hear you.
It's not for everybody. I didn't live with Michael before we got married.
I just think that it's hard to tell what someone's truly like until you live with them under the same roof.
But you'll get that vibe when they spend the night. And
yeah.
No, not the same. Not the same.
Yeah, I mean, he's spent the night before. And
I hope so.
like we've taken trips together. Weekend trips. Nothing more than like a few days. But I mean, I feel like I have a really good sense of him.
Okay.
Which
Listen.
is why it's like, I don't know. It's just he's just distant lately.
Well, hold on. I'm going to put you on. We're going to come back. We're going to call him and see what we can find out. Okay.
Okay.
It doesn't sound like she knows him that well. I mean, she spent a couple of trips with him, and they're engaged.
Well, it's short, and like they've only been dating for almost a year. She said, and now they're engaged. So it's a quick engagement.
They need to move in together.
They don't need to do anything.
They do.
Some people work at different paces.
Well, clearly her pace isn't working.
We don't know that yet.
Oh, well, that's fair. All right, let's come back. We got Maggie on the line. She apparently is engaged to this guy she doesn't see ever. And he's been acting more and more distant. Well, she doesn't see him. I
know, but you can word it a different way.
Well, they don't live together. They've been on a couple of trips. They're dating for a year. Now they're engaged.
He's getting all defensive.
He gets defensive when she says, you don't spend enough time with me. And that's a problem. And she's worried. And she thinks that he's preoccupied with another woman. That's the bottom line. So let's see if we can find out. Okay. Maggie, I need you to say, Ryan, you have my permission to call, and then his name on Kiss FM. Go ahead.
Ryan, you have my permission to call.
On Kiss FM.
On Kiss FM. Sorry.
And that's what we're going to do. And we're going to call him now. And here's what's going to happen, Maggie. I want you to be very quiet because Sisney is going to offer him some roses and then try and find out who's top of mind, who he wants to send them to, what kind of emotion he wants to write on the card, okay?
Okay.
And then when we tell him that he's on the air, then we can bring you in. Here we go.
Okay.
Hello?
Hi, is this John?
This is he.
Hi, John. My name is Vivian. I'm calling from V's Flowers in Norwalk. How you doing?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. So we're on Imperial near the Civic Center. Do you know where that is?
Yeah, sure.
So I'm calling because we're offering local residents a chance to send free roses to anybody that they'd like in order to promote our business. They're absolutely free. I don't need credit card info, billing info, anything like that from you. It's just a dozen red roses that you can send to anybody that you'd like. Is that something you'd be interested in?
You'll deliver them?
Yeah, we'll deliver them today, probably around lunchtime, if that works for you. I just need the name of the person you want to send them to.
Yeah, send them to my wife, Elena.
Elena. Okay, your wife. What would you like to put on the note?
Just say, I've been enjoying spending more time with you.
I've been enjoying spending more time with you.
Love, John.
John, it's Ryan Seacrest. Your voice is being broadcast on the radio. I have your fiance Maggie on the line. Do you have a fiance named Maggie?
No.
Hi.
John, who's this woman?
Hi.
Maggie.
John.
Hi, Maggie. Maggie is a woman that I date.
Who's Elena?
I'm sorry. What is this?
Your voice is being broadcast on the radio. That is important for you to know. But Maggie tells us that you're engaged. Is that true or false, John?
That I was engaged to Maggie?
That you're engaged to Maggie?
No, I'm married. I'm in an open relationship.
Maggie.
What?
Hold on. Maggie, are you not telling us the truth?
We have been together for almost a year. We're not officially engaged yet, but we've talked about our future multiple times. I had no idea he was married to another person.
No. I told you that. Our first date. I told you I was married. I'm in an open relationship. I've been missing my wife lately, so that's why I've been spending more time with her.
No. The first time we met, we were both drinking a lot. Maybe I thought you were joking, but
John, over the course of the year, this never came up again where you were transparent?
No, I don't talk about my wife when I'm.
He never talks. I think I would remember this.
Are there more women, John?
No, right now, I'm just dating Maggie.
Why you just say it's a matter of fact? It's so crazy.
Your wife Elena, does she know about Maggie?
She knows I'm dating somebody. Yeah.
And this is an agreement you guys are fine with?
Yes. She's absolutely fine with it.
So why be married? Why not just be single?
Well, I love my wife very much. She's the most important relationship to me. But, we've decided that we can see other people as well, as long as it doesn't interfere with our relationship, which...
He never talks about this. He never talks about this.
No, I don't talk about that with you, Maggie.
Well, John, so what is your intention? What is your intention with Maggie?
It's fun. I had fun hanging out with Maggie. But I did tell Maggie. I was very clear that I was married. There was no deception on my end.
We've talked about our life together in the future and where we would possibly live. And we did not talk about ever living together. I'm not leaving my wife to live with you, Maggie.
Oh my goodness. Maggie, you got to just get out.
Well, Maggie, this is very clear and cut and dried. You need to move on.
I agree. Yeah.
100%.
I'm in shock.
And
John,
I'm
not breathing
Johnny,
right now.
So, John, Maggie is going to move on. That's fine.
I think that's a good idea.
Jeez.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, Maggie, John, we're going to let you both go. Thank you very much for talking to us. Good luck, Maggie. Okay?
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye. Patty's jaw is, on the floor.
I am shocked.
But he doesn't think he's doing anything wrong.
And he might not be.
Yeah, he might not be.
Well, all right, let's come back. I got to take off my sweatshirt for this one. At least roll up my sleeves.
Okay.
We just did a Ryan's Roses. Now, the quick was, she said engaged to John.
Yeah.
And that John's become distant. Now, they don't live together. And we went through all that. And she said, well, they've traveled together. They've spent the night together. And they've been together for a year. Well, we get John on the line. John sends the flowers to his wife.
Elena,
I've been enjoying spending more time with you. Love, John. So we get John on the phone. We say, John, what's going on? We have your fiance on the line. He says, I don't have a fiance. Well, who's Maggie? Well, I've been dating Maggie. Well, who's Elena? That's my wife. Well, what's going on? I'm in an open relationship.
Very matter of fact.
He said he told Maggie that he had a wife at the beginning.
Yeah.
And he seemed to think that no rules have been broken because his wife knows he has a girlfriend.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, and he and his wife have that agreement, then he really didn't break any rules.
Except for the fact that he led Maggie on this whole time.
That's true. Maggie thought, she kept saying, wait, we talked about our future together.
Right.
Tiffany, go ahead.
Hi.
Hi.
Honestly, I think Maggie is a little delusional, but I feel really bad for her.
Yeah, she got in with the wrong guy, and she clearly didn't understand what was going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe, if you're in an open relationship, you tell a girl about it when she's not drunk, but, I mean...
Right.
Yeah, the fact that it never got brought up again in that year, it's like they're going on trips, they're doing
If he's
this.
so transparent, he should have definitely made sure she understood it.
Yeah.
Like, you really understand, right?
She clearly did not.
Just so no one gets hurt.
Mm-hmm.
He's shady, but she's also delusional.
Well, thank you, Tiffany. I think you asked the right question. If this is your life, why be married? And he's like,
Totally.
well, because I love my wife.
And I was just like, whatever, man. Because
Ellie.
you can't argue with that.
Go ahead, Ellie. You're on with us.
Hi.
Hi.
I am just so shocked. I can't believe that she didn't know for a whole year. Like, I think that he is lying. I think he's lying to his wife. I think he lied to her.
You don't think he's in an open relationship? You think he's telling everybody a lie?
I think so. Because how did she not know for a whole year? Like, she never went over to his place. How did he just mention it on the first date and then never mention it again? Like, it makes me think that he's, like, doing this to other women.
Yeah, he
too.
made it
'Cause
seem like he had multiple. Remember, I asked him, I was like, how many more movies? Well,
He
right
said-
now, I'm just dating Maggie.
Yeah, and then he was just so casual about breaking up with her. He was like, yeah, I guess you should just move on. Like, who says that? Like, I think he's like a psycho or something.
All right. Well, enough craziness for the morning. Thanks for calling.
Thanks.
You take care.
But there are marriages like this.
Yeah, and guess what?
I don't understand
People
them.
find happiness through it.
I don't get
They
it.
don't get jealous, and they find happiness.
I don't get it.
It's time for Ryan's Roses. Get excited about it. This is, just get excited that if your phone doesn't ring, we're not calling you. It's a public service, though. Seriously. This comes from Alexia. Now, Alexia says, Sissany, in her email, Dear Ryan and Sissany, my boyfriend and I are going through a lot. We're fighting and nothing seems to fix us. He doesn't return my calls or texts. I think he has another girl because this is not how he should be acting. We've been together for 3.5 years and I don't want us being like this with each other anymore. So
Yikes.
funny.
The not returning phone calls or text messages? Ouch.
Well, right. So what's festering? What's the issue? How old are they? We don't know yet. Let me find. Alexia, hi. How are you?
Hi.
Hey, Alexia, how old are you?
I'm 22.
Okay, hang on 1 second. Be right there. I mean, she's 22.
What?
3.5 years. So she met him when she was, you did the math, 19 and a half.
Maybe this isn't meant to be.
Well, I'm just saying she met when they were teenagers.
Mm-hmm.
So this stuff happens. This is all parts of rites of passages.
But also, I feel like you're trying to figure yourself out in your 20s, so you are going to fight a lot. If you can make it through it, then...
So you met him, I didn't do the math right? 22, 21, 19 and a half? 18 and a half, yeah. That was a year off. So
Yeah.
you were really young when you met. I
Yeah,
can see all the
right
calls
after
coming in
I-
about how I didn't do the math right, so I apologize. Okay, did I get it right now? 18 and a half? That would be 3.5. If you take 18.5 and add 3.5, you get 22.
That's right. Yeah. It was right after high school, and I mean, we just went through so much together, and I feel like we're fighting so much, and nothing's fixing it. But I also he won't return any of my calls. I can't get a hold of her.
So, Alexia, I'm going to do something we don't normally do here. I'm going to ask that you handle this yourself. I don't think that we're going to get involved in this.
Okay.
Because you guys met when you were teenagers. This kind of stuff happens. He may or may not be cheating, but I think this is one better worked out by the two of you. I know you can't get him to respond, but he will, or you should physically go to him and find out what's going on. But I don't think that we're going to make a call for you.
I just want your help if you'll give it.
I know, and I want to help, but I'm just saying I don't know that we're the best resource. Hang on 1 second.
Why are you having second doubts about this?
I just said it.
Just because she's young?
She was 18 and a half when they met.
Yeah.
This kind of stuff happens. They're not married.
You're being ageist.
Ageist?
How am I being ageist?
You would make this phone call if she was 39.
Maybe I wouldn't because they're just dating.
They're not just dating; they're in almost a 4-year relationship.
Yeah.
I got engaged at 4 years.
All right, fine. We'll come back in just 1 second. I think I know what we'll do. All right, so name callers, label pointer makers. Why do you always want to label everybody?
She's the one that labeled you ageist.
Yeah.
I've never even heard of that word.
Ageist. I'm ageist.
Well, you're not going to make the call. She's calling us, and she's obviously desperate.
I'm going to make the call, but she's...
You weren't going to make the call. You just said, we're not going to do this. And now we're convincing you to do it. And now you're backpedaling.
No, first of all, you haven't convinced me to do it, but I have a plan. So, just so you know, Alexia met this guy when she was 18 and a half, which, by the way, is fantastic. And a lot of you who are 18 meet the person that you end up with, and that's great. Now, she has dated the guy for 3.5 years, and now he won't respond to her. So he's clear there's a problem, or he's over her, or he's moved on, or something. But they're boyfriend-girlfriend from a young age. I just don't feel like it's what Ryan's Roses is made for. I feel like this is, honestly, I think it's more useful if you're engaged or married. I always think that. Although we've done boyfriend-girlfriend a lot.
Right.
But I always think there's just the stakes are higher if you're married or engaged.
But she still feels the same love for this person that someone that's 29 or 30 would feel.
Let's call him.
Okay.
Here we go. Married people always getting the privileges.
Why are you so labelist? You're a labelist. You're being labelist.
Just like people that are dating are just as important as people who are married or engaged.
Do you think that I am not a choir and you are a preacher? What do you think you're looking at here? It is a mirror. We're talking about you, Sisney. You people get all the good stuff.
Don't you people me. Put yourself in Alexia's shoes. If that was you, wouldn't you want to get to the bottom of it?
Yeah, but I also think after seeing the way life rolls out, she's got time. Alexia?
Yeah.
We are going to call. I just need you to say, Ryan, you have my permission to call, and then whatever your boyfriend's name is on Kiss FM.
You have my permission to call on Kiss FM.
Okay, here we go. Sisney, good luck.
Hello?
He answered.
Oh, come on.
What?
You hung up on him.
I did hang up on him because he's there, Alexia, so call him right now.
Oh, my God.
He answered the phone. We're not doing it. He answered the phone. Alexia?
No, he answered for you. He won't answer for me.
All right, fine. We'll call and you talk. Here we go. Can we get him back, Patty?
I'm not mad at that.
No, you don't say anything.
I won't.
Okay. Here we go. You talk, Alexia. Here we go. Here it goes. It's coming. It's our number. Turn off the mics.
Hello?
Brandon.
Hello, yes.
It's me. It's Alexia. Why aren't you answering any of my calls?
What do you mean why I'm not answering your calls?
I mean, I've been trying to get a hold of you like crazy. I feel like I had to do so much stuff to get you on the phone.
Oh, I gotta say the thing. Brandon, I need you to know your voice is being broadcast on the radio right now. Go ahead, Alexia.
Hey, that's the only way I could think of to get through to you.
You broke up with me. What do you want from me? I'm just trying to get over it. This is not easy. I don't even know why the heck you're calling me again. I don't know where the heck you're calling from.
No, Fran, it's not like I feel like everything we're doing is just stupid, and I just needed to talk to you, but you haven't been answering, so it doesn't even be able to talk through this.
Wait. Brandon, you heard me say your voice is being broadcast on the radio. Just, I need you to understand that. You are on the air. Alexia reached out to us. My name is Ryan. This is Sisney.
Hey.
Reached out to us to get in touch with you because she said that you're blowing her off. You've been together for 3.5 years. I'm telling you.
No.
So what? I told you something was not. I told you not to do
Alexia, did you break up with him?
Yes, she did.
No, Fran, stop.
But Alexia, why didn't you tell us that?
Yeah, why did you keep that
So
from
you're
us?
lying to everybody.
No, I just felt like you guys wouldn't actually make the call but it doesn't matter because I don't.
Wait, so you
want to be
did break
broken
up?
anymore.
This is Hen House.
Oh, gosh.
It's Hen House. That's what it is.
No.
It's Hen House. It's absolute hen house.
What is hen house?
This is not cool. You totally destroyed my heart. Like I don't know why I'm on the radio. Number one,
right? And you know what? I'm going to take you off the radio, Brandon. And Alexia, I'm going to take you off the radio as well. Alexia, you didn't tell us that you broke up with the guy. I mean, come on. Now you're toying with everybody now.
Yeah, that's messed up, Alexia.
No. It's just honestly, I just that's the only way I can think. I've tried everything, and Brandon, you won't pick up.
Brandon's not listening right now. I just put him off the air. But Alexia, you broke up with the man. No wonder he's not returning. He broke his heart. No wonder he's not picking up.
Since 1993, and for nearly 19 years, Jaws the Ride thrilled and terrified guests as one of Universal Orlando's signature attractions. In 2012, the ride was shut down and demolished to make way for Diagon Alley, part of the Harry Potter expansion. But did you know that an entirely different version of the attraction, one that very few got to experience, opened in 1990, only to be closed and scrapped less than 3 months later? In 1975, Universal Pictures' Jaws was released into theaters. It was both a cultural and cinematic phenomenon, and went on to shatter box office records, becoming the first true summer blockbuster in movie history. Though Jaws was implemented as a scene on the Universal Studios Hollywood Backlot Tour in 1976, it wasn't until the late 1980s that a full-fledged ride based on Jaws was conceptualized. However, it would not be going into their Hollywood location, but instead would be one of the first signature attractions at Universal Studios Orlando, the company's first theme park built from the ground up. With the grand opening slated for late 1989, and Ride and Show Engineering winning the bid to build and design the ride, work began on one of the most ambitious attractions ever built at the time. And much like the problematic and at times disastrous production on the Jaws film, Jaws the Ride proved equally as ill-fated.
The shark is not working. Repeat, the shark is not working.
The ride revolved around Jaws, terrorizing and attacking a boat full of guests touring Amity Island. But all throughout construction, testing, and rehearsals, getting the nearly 3-ton animatronic shark to work properly and perform on cue was, quote, an engineering nightmare. The most persistent issue involved overcoming the enormous water drag, caused from the mechanical sharks going from a complete standstill to moving with a thrust equivalent to a Boeing 747 engine. Now, on rare occasions, the majority of the ride did work as intended, as can be seen during this footage taken during a training rehearsal. But in the weeks leading up to Universal Florida's grand opening, they were few and far between. One of the ride's most problematic effects involved the mechanical shark violently lunging at the boat and dragging it across the lagoon. But this required such precise timing from both moving watercrafts that often the shark would attack too early or too late, appearing more comedic than frightening. In the weeks following Universal Orlando's grand opening on June 7, 1990, while Confrontation and Earthquake also struggled to operate reliably, Jaws fared the worst. The ride constantly broke down and regularly required maintenance. It soon became clear to Universal that the ride's problems were beyond quick fixes and repairs, and less than 3 months after opening, they made the decision to close the ride indefinitely. Shortly after, Universal filed a lawsuit against Ride and Show Engineering, claiming poor workmanship and design flaws. An out-of-court settlement was eventually reached, though Ride and Show's chief of engineering later expressed that he believed the fault lay with Universal, that they were rushed to meet an unrealistic deadline, and needed more time for testing. Universal ultimately decided to rebuild and redesign Jaws, and essentially start from scratch, repurposing whatever they could. And it was decided that the effects, which had been deemed most problematic in its first incarnation, would be scrapped and reimagined, and the original finale of blowing up Jaws, a recreation of the first film's ending, would be replaced by the ending from Jaws 2. In addition, instead of hiring a single company for the whole attraction, Universal hired various key contractors who specialized in individual aspects of the ride, thus assuring that each ride element was designed and built to perfection. 3 years and a whopping $40 million overhaul later, which brought the grand total of the attraction as a whole to $70 million, Jaws was reopened to the public in 1993.
And this is where Jaws turns an elemental fear of the water into screaming terror.
It was a hit with guests and became one of Universal's most beloved attractions. And though it is gone, it is not forgotten. Through Easter eggs and memories, it will always remain an important part of Universal's history. And if you really miss it, you could always go to Universal Japan. For now. So how many of you knew about the original Jaws attraction? Were you heartbroken when Jaws went the way of Yesterworld? I'd love to hear from you. Thank you guys and gals so much for watching. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.
It's time for Ryan's Roses. It is a public service. This one's a little different because Max has written to us and he has said, "Dear Ryan and Sissany, I recently lost my phone, and when I got a new one, I went in to install a backup. Backing up is not something that I'm good about keeping up on, but I accidentally installed an old backup of my wife's. I ended up stumbling upon an old text chain from August that was between my wife and her friend. There was a lot of back and forth about, are you going to tell him? Are you going to tell him?
Wow.
You should tell him." Well, tell him what? He's wondering. The friend was asking my wife if she was going to tell me, and I want to know if she's cheating on me. It's not good.
Okay.
So that's the deal. Now, let me grab Max. Max, good morning. Thanks for sending us your email.
Hey, yeah, thank you guys for responding. This is one of those things I just thought, I'm not sure exactly where to start. Maybe you guys could help out.
We're absolutely able to do so, or at least try to do so. So I don't know how much more we need when you've got two people saying, "Are you going to tell him?" My heart drops because obviously we think of the worst. I can't imagine what else it might be unless she has an illness or something.
Exactly. I mean, totally. And nothing huge has gone on in our personal lives that, that I would know about, or something like that. So I can only assume it's me. I have assumed that it's me, like in my mind already, it seems like she's cheated on me.
Okay. What we want to do is we're going to call her now. What are we doing about roses? How do we want to do this?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I had an idea actually, Ryan. Because that would kind of seem out of the blue. Like I'm thinking, right before this text exchange had happened in August, she'd been away with her friends, on like a girls' trip to Arizona, and basically I was thinking, instead of the roses, you could say you're doing like a survey, like a trip survey. And, like if she agrees to answer questions, you could give her like, another 3-day, 2-night stay for free or something like that.
Sis, you got that?
Okay. 3-day, 2-night stay. What city? Where was she? We intrigued to go.
This was in Tempe. Yeah.
Tempe?
Arizona.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you'd want the trip to be back in Tempe?
I mean, that's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's fine. We're good with that. We'll get everything lined up here. You need anything else?
I'm just going to what kind of questions should I ask her?
Well, hold on. Let's take a break. Max, hang on one sec. We'll come back.
Okay.
We'll make the call. We'll figure it out. All right, so we're all good now. Max is on the line. We're going to call his wife. And Sissany, what are we offering his wife now? Because he thinks his wife is cheating on him.
Yeah, so we're just going to get down to the bottom of the trip survey, and if she answers a few questions, then she can win another 3-day, 2-night stay.
So you're
in
good.
Tempe.
Okay.
I'm good.
Now, here's what he's going off of. He saw some text messages on a backup file of her friend saying to her, his wife, "Are you going to tell him?" And he's like, "Well, tell me what?" And he thinks that it must mean that there's another guy. I hope it's not an illness, but that's what we think. So let's see what we can do. Max, I need you to say, Ryan, you have my permission to call, and then whatever your wife's name is on Kiss FM. Go ahead.
Ryan, you have my permission to call on Kiss FM.
Okay, we are going to call her now, and we're going to launch into this survey and see what we can find out, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
Okay, thanks, guys.
All right, good luck, buddy.
Hello.
Hi, is this Rachel?
This is she.
Hi, Rachel. My name is Tracy, and I'm calling from the Resort and Spa.
Oh, hi.
Hi there. I'm just calling. We do this regularly. It's a trip survey, and I realized that you did a trip out here a few months ago, last summer. And was it in August?
Yeah, I guess I was.
If I can just have a few moments of your time, I just want to ask you a few questions, and then after we chat, you have a chance to win a 3-day, 2-night stay in Tempe, Arizona, just for answering a few simple questions.
Really?
Yes.
All right, why not?
Okay, so how was the trip?
Oh, it was great.
It was great.
Any girlfriend? Yeah.
Any complaints that we should note of, or anything we can do better?
No, we had a really pleasant day. The pool was great. Yeah, no complaints.
Would you say that you, on a scale of 1 to 10, did you leave satisfied?
Yeah, I really did.
So you would
It was
give
a
us
nice trip.
a 10?
Yes, I would give you a 10.
Okay. Who were you there with?
Oh, my friend.
Like girls' trip, or was it more romantic?
Yeah, it was. No, it was just a girls' trip.
Oh, girls' trip. Okay, cool. Are you single?
Wait, what?
Are you single? Was it like you guys are all single? Is it like a bachelorette type trip?
This is part of the survey?
Yes, we like to just know the type of clientele.
Yeah, you know what? I'm actually okay. I don't need a pre-trip. But thanks anyway for calling.
Oh, are you sure? I just had one more question, and then you have the trip. No.
Okay. What?
Rachel, it's Ryan Seacrest. Your voice is being broadcast on the radio. I need you to know that. And also, your husband, Max, is on the phone. Max has asked us to call you because he's concerned that you might be cheating on him. He has evidence. Are you?
Wait, I'm sorry. Wait. This is Ryan Seacrest, and and Max is on the phone and thinks I'm cheating on him.
Max, you can talk.
Yeah. Hi. Hey, babe.
Well,
look,
I thought it was a prank call.
No, I mean, I got my new phone and I backed up yours accidentally. I saw these texts that you had sent to Becca, saying like, "Are you going to tell him? What is that about? What are you talking about?"
Wait. Why didn't you just come ask me about that? I don't know. What do you mean? Am I going to tell him? I don't know. I talk to Becca every day. It could be about anybody.
No, Max is saying he saw texts, and the context of the text, he thinks, are you and her, Becca, talking back and forth about whether or not you should tell Max. He thinks about another man. Are you cheating on him?
Wow. No, I'm not cheating on you, A. And B, that could be about her boss. That could be about, my boss. That could be about anybody. That could be, I don't know. I don't know.
Why did you get skeptical when Sisney was asking some of those final questions?
Because who called from a hotel asking if you were single? That was really shady. That's why I was skeptical. Wouldn't you answer the same way?
You could have just answered, "No, I'm married."
Right, but I also don't understand why you would ask such personal questions and take time out of my day. That to me seems like a prank.
It's true.
Call
You were very.
or someone.
You were That was aggressive, Sisney.
And with all due respect, I was trying to get to the bottom.
I'm just saying that, like, that was intrusive.
Okay. Fair enough.
It was
Fair enough.
It was intrusive. Rachel, I felt like it was intrusive for a survey. But anyway, we weren't doing a survey. We were trying to find out if you're cheating. Max, do you want to express any more of your concern to your wife?
Yeah, I mean, the idea that this could bring up like a fear in my mind when I totally thought this was an innocent trip. I mean, for me, I'd just like to ask you to be honest with me, and just could you tell me, is there anything that you're not telling me about this trip? Because there's a doubt in my mind, and I need you to be straight with me. Can you please be honest with me?
Well, obviously, Max, we have some issues to work on because you couldn't just come to me first. You had to come like with the troops asking me a simple question. The answer is no, first of all. Second of all, I could easily answer it if you show it to me. And I mean, this is just, I have no words.
All right. Well, Max, we have taken it as far as we can take it. I think your wife is right. Yeah. You should talk to her directly from here on out, okay?
Thank you, guys.
Good luck. Okay, bye-bye. Well, I mean, he's barking up the wrong tree.
He is?
For sure. I totally believe her.
I don't believe her.
That is how... That was as genuine can be in a situation like that.
You're too naive. Yeah. You're naive. She's
Have
lying.
You lost your mind?
No, she's lying.
She's not lying.
She is.
She was as calm and as collected
because women are
as
smarter.
Any confident person who's telling the truth.
No, women are good liars. First of all,
I
think they're better liars than men.
That's how I wish some of the men would handle it.
Well, they don't because
because they're lying. She's telling the truth.
She's not telling the truth.
It's clear as clear.
She cheated on him on that trip. It was a girl's trip. She got too drunk. She probably cheated, and she regrets it. She's never going to tell him.
But let's go back to Ryan's Roses. So Max thought his wife, Rachel, may have been cheating on him. We got her on the phone. I thought she handled it very well, very poised. Here's part of the call.
Well, obviously... Max, we have some issues to work on because you couldn't just come to me first. You had to come like with the troops asking me a simple question. The answer is no, first of all. Second of all, I could easily answer it if you show it to me.
So she's referring to a text that he saw that said between she and her girlfriend, are you going to tell him? I have to tell you, Sisney, honestly, I believe Rachel. I don't think she's cheating. I think she handled it exactly how anybody telling the truth would handle it.
Being that these text messages came at the same exact time that this girl's trip was back in August of last year.
These text messages are about something else.
I don't think so.
Well, Patty?
I agree with you. I don't think she's cheating or cheated.
No, it was all in her calmness and her tone. And by the way, I'm just thinking, if you were telling the truth, and you were in that situation on the phone with all of us, that's how you'd react. Exactly. You wouldn't go crazy. You wouldn't get defensive. You'd be like, wait, well, this is, first of all, this is exhaustingly crazy. Like, you're, no, it's not right. And second of all, we do have a problem, and it's the fact that you can't communicate with me. That's what I would say. I mean, I feel like
if she was telling the truth, she should have been more compassionate. Like, oh, baby, I can't believe you thought about this.
No, because she's not.
Way.
No, because she didn't do anything wrong. It's almost like she's annoyed that you would even... I would be annoyed you'd even take the time to do all this because it's wasting my time.
The survey was just too long and it was just too much.
Well, the survey was intrusive, but it had to be.
Right, yeah.
Tanya, what do you think?
I'm torn because at first I believed her, but now I'm thinking she maybe did something on this trip.
So, Sisney, what do you actually think will happen?
What do I think happened or will happen?
No, what do you think happened?
I think that they got a little wild.
So she goes on a trip with the girls.
Let's say to
this place.
Mm-hmm. She ended up meeting a guy at the pool. Remember, she brought the pool up and she liked it there. Blah blah.
Yeah.
And something happened. Maybe she didn't come home one of the nights to the room where they were all sharing.
I think she would have sounded guilty on the call.
It's been months. She's had months to think about what her response is going to be if she's ever confronted.
She said, "Show me the text." She said, "Let me see the text." And I'll explain.
Because the text don't say anything. So she's going to explain it was about her boss or whatever, and life's going to go on. And this poor Max is being lied to.
This one's so clear to me. Okay, Jamie, go ahead. You're on with this.
Hey, Ryan. I think she was lying 100%.
I don't.
Absolutely.
I don't hear it. I don't hear it.
There was no reason for her to get that upset and defensive if she was telling the truth. It's
I didn't think she got defensive. I thought she was like annoyed that he was doing this, and she was going to deal with it with him. That's what I felt.
I just thought, I mean, she didn't laugh once. If that was my significant other and they did that to me, it would have been funny.
Yes,
I would have laughed.
Chuckle and you'd be
Laughter's
like,
guilt.
No,
Laughter's guilt.
No way.
Laughter's guilt.
You'd be like, how could
guilt.
you even think this would happen, babe? I love you. There's no way ever that I would ever cheat on you. Absolutely not. She didn't say any of those things. She was just like, I can't believe that you brought the troops in.
Yeah, because she was annoyed with us, and I would be too if you called me. So there you go,
I'm just
Jamie.
doing my job.
Thanks for calling. Well, look, Sissany, I'm just saying, if someone's not doing something and they're accused of it,
right?
Like in these calls, and you're at work or whatever, it's like, babe, what are you talking about? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Lori gets it, right, Lori?
No, I think she's hiding something. I really do.
Thank you, Lori.
Did I hear a different show?
Just a guy.
I think it's totally normal if you're taking a survey to be asked what your marital status is. And
I agree. The survey was intrusive.
All I asked her was if she was single.
Ooh.
And I think that's normal. Like, I've been asked out on surveys before.
Yeah, you have to check the box. Are you single? Are you married? Divorced?
Yeah,
right.
Well,
exactly.
I don't check the box.
But
you
she
will
didn't
one
say,
day.
I don't want to answer that. Let's move on. She just got totally freaked out. Like, I think it was an overreaction.
All right. Well, let's leave it at the fact that Patty and I think that she's being honest, and everyone else disagrees.
Yeah.
If she would have been honest, she would have just said, "I'm married," not "I need to get off the call. I don't want to do this anymore."
You were asking intrusive questions. I would have done the same thing.
Are you single? No, I'm married.
Yeah, but like the way you were asking, you're like, "Well, are you single?" You were getting cute with it.
I'm sorry you got so cute with it.
Sissany, stop yelling at everybody. Everything's fine.
Everybody that's calling in agrees with me.
I know. That's why Patty and I think you guys are crazy. All right, goodbye. Thank you, Lori, for calling.
Thank you.
Even though you heard a different show, apparently. So, just quickly, I believe Rachel. Sissany believes she's cheating.
Yeah, I think she is.
Tanya believes she's cheating.
Mm-hmm.
Patty believes Rachel.
I do.
All right, let's leave it at that.